Goeiemorgen, good morning and welcome. Is Cape Town safe? One of my friends who joined us on this trip to Cape Town has a Cape Townian friend that she games with online, and he managed to get her fairly worried about the safety of traveling to Cape Town. And safety is something I get asked about all the time. Here you can see an entrance. It has not one, but two security gates. You would think this is somewhere in South Africa, but this is, in fact, my house here in America. In Las Vegas, in one of the major hubs of tourism and international tourism in America. That same friend had her house broken into several times here in Las Vegas. And another friend just had his car stolen for the second time. So here's the irony. My boyfriend had to ask me to lock the front door when I go out on my nightly walks because the door keeps blowing open and he's worried that the cats are going to get out. I never lock the back door. And yes, I go for walks every evening in this neighborhood that the previous owner of this house was so scared of that they installed not one but two security gates, burglar bars on all the windows, and even a huge bar over the pedestrian entrance to a garage, like it's some medieval fortress. Why is this? Because different people have different perceptions of what is safe. I have traveled to almost 50 countries all over the world, and I've only been robbed or mugged once in Korea, a country that prides itself in its safety. Here I want to make a detour and mention that it took me months to get an official police report of the mugging, because Korea keeps these crime numbers artificially low by not filling police reports. The only reason I kept working to get the official police report is because the South African embassy would not issue me a new passport without an official printed police report. And all the Koreans would give me was a handwritten report. They don't get recorded. So back to Cape Town, because that's why you're here. Is Cape Town safe? There are areas in Cape Town that I would not drive through if I could help it at all, and areas I would not walk through at night. Of the usual touristy Cape Town areas, the only area I would avoid is the CBD, the Central Business District at night. I honestly believe that areas like the waterfront are safer than the Las Vegas Strip. My next video will be a suggested itinerary of 7 days in Cape Town that is as safe as possible. But I think there really are two aspects to safety. Number one, sometimes nothing you can do can make sure you are safe. People are robbed and killed in the safest places on earth. Number two, but you can do your best to try to minimize putting yourself in dangerous situations. Here's my top 10 tips to keep yourself as safe as possible. Number one, do your research. Know what areas to avoid. The waterfront, the eastern seaboard, and the False Bay coast are mostly safe. The Cape Flats, the townships, and some of the more remote suburbs are less likely to be safe. But even within these spaces, some areas are safer or less safe. Number two, don't look like a tourist. Leave the designer clothes and jewelry at home, or keep them for when you're visiting a safe tourist area. Dress like a local on a day out, rather than a foreign tourist. Number three, stay alert. Now is not the time to be glued to your phone. Not only will you miss this wonderful country that you traveled so far to see, but you will also miss all the clues that you are moving from a safe to an unsafe area. Number 4. Don't look like you have valuable items. I have a pretty nice camera, and I have a pretty nice padded camera bag. It says Canon, but instead of displaying that for everyone to see, I put my nice camera bag inside a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles backpack because no one thinks there's anything of value in a Teenage Mutant Ninja backpack. Use decoys. At the top of my handbag, I have paper napkins taken from chain fast food restaurants. So, to get to my wallet, you have to rifle through these napkins. And really, what are the chances that someone who saves napkins from fast food places has a lot of money in their wallet? Of course, it also helps when I actually need a napkin. Cape Town has some really good, cheap tours. Utilize them. The Cape Town sightseeing bus, also called the Red Bus, is not going to get lost and detour into an unsafe area. They don't want their clients to get robbed, so they work very hard at keeping them safe. Number 7. If you're driving, the parking attendants are your friends. Tip often and tip generously. Even if you just slide the parking attendant a few rands before you leave, he will pay extra attention to your car and to you. Number 8. Never keep your valuables in one place. I don't carry a money belt, although I think it's a good idea if you choose to use one. But I have my money secreted everywhere. I will leave some hidden in my car, some hidden in my backpack, some hidden in my handbag, and some actually in my wallet. That way, if I do get robbed, I only lose a small portion of what I have. This segues right into the next one. Have copies of everything. If you're traveling with someone, give them a copy of your passport. Or, these days, put everything on the cloud. That way you can have access to it everywhere. Finally, if you don't feel safe, either leave or ask for help. Most South African people are very, very kind, friendly, law-abiding citizens. If you walk into or drive into an area and you don't feel safe, find a business owner or a worker and tell them. Say, I don't know this area. I'm feeling unsafe. You will be surprised how quickly they jump into action to help you. I have used this to great effect all over the world. I was once followed by a group of young men in Spain, and I walked into a restaurant and told the older lady working there that I was feeling unsafe. She soon had a posse rounded up, and I have no idea what they told these young men, but from the tone, I do believe they were well chastised. And then one of the ladies walked me safely back to a more touristy area. In the end, Cape Town works very, very hard to be safe to tourists. And the good people well outnumber the bad people. So, if you're careful and aware, you can safely visit all the wonderful people and all the stunning scenery in Cape Town.